What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about the Grayscale Trust today, BCHG and LTCN in particular. I'm going to try to make this quick, but this is going to be more of a pep talk than anything, right? Not a whole lot's changed. We've moved down a little bit more, right? But hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Let's get going. So I got a couple shout outs I want to make. First and foremost to Mr. Bill in the Grayscale EG Investing Lions Club, Ethan's Discord. I liked his comment. I liked what he had to say. I'm just going to kind of give a summary of it. It looks like a lot of you saw it, got a lot of positive reactions, but he said C-Zar is a nice young man, and that was a really nice comment. Thank you, Bill. Sincere and helpful, but people need to stop looking at him like he's an authority. His projections in TA are nothing special. Yes, he does have talent, but nobody can accurately time the crypto market on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And he goes on to say that he has confidence that the Grayscale Trust will pump and, all those things. But I wrote him back. I replied to that and I said, well said, Sir Bill. And well said indeed, my friend, because yes, I'm not an authority figure. My TA and my projections are nothing special, right? I mean, I think it's like fun to do, right? It's special to me. It can't be special to some of you out there, but I think what he means by that is it's not like it's not written in stone. It's not a prophecy. Nothing that I say it's not law. It's probabilities, right? And it's probabilities off of the way that I see it. I could be missing things that skew my probabilities, right? But nobody, as he says, nobody can accurately time the crypto markets, and that's just 100% accurate. I think those are words of the wise. I think it seems like a lot of people had what's the word I'm looking for? Positive feedback. Reacted to that in a positive way. But I just wanted to give a shout out to Bill because that's a very real and honest comment right there. Another person I wanted to give a shout out to, of course, is Ethan himself, Ethan Gallstad, in his video earlier that he made. Just basically saying, like, the main message that I took away from the video was, like, do you have what it takes to be a Grayscale investor? This is what it takes to be a Grayscale investor. Like this is, what it is. And you are investing in a stock and a trust, of course, but don't get it twisted. You're investing in crypto. It's a crypto trust. You are absolutely investing in crypto. Welcome to the wild west of the 21st century, you guys. Welcome, right? We were singing these same old welcome songs back here, right? People were discouraged. It's normally at these moments where people are the most discouraged that we see things start to turn around. We actually had 1, 2, 3 peaks down. 1, 2, 3 here, maybe. Hey, I'm just saying, maybe. But we weren't anywhere near the 123 moving average, to be completely fair. Anyways, I enjoyed Ethan's video. I thought that it was a good kind of talk in itself to say. He kept saying that he doesn't understand why people would want to get out right now, right? There's a lot of people, and best of luck to anybody who is tapping out, right? I've had more than a few people hit me up in the comments, hit me up in Discord. Even people I know in real life have told me that they're thinking about getting out of the markets right now. And the truth of the matter is, guys, is that this is probably one of the worst times to get out of the crypto markets, right? If you're feeling the pain, right? And I put it this way to one of my friends earlier on Discord. Shout out to you, my man. You know who you are. This would have been the best time to sell. This would have been the second best, and this would have been the third best. This is arguably the worst time to sell. Even worse than down here, even though it's higher, because you spent this much more time. You're this much closer to when it's going to pump, right? And this is how I put it to my friend here, was that imagine for a second, put yourself in a scenario, and I normally say this exact thing. Put yourself in a scenario where you did sell the top. You sold at this area right here. You nailed it. You were so damn smart. Good for you. And there were people who did sell up here, right? Every buy was a sell. Every sell was a buy. You did that, and you haven't bought back into the Grayscale markets. You wanted to buy at lower prices, but they just never came, and you were stubborn. Here's your second chance to buy at these relative lows. If you sold up here and you never bought back in and the price was here right now, would you be feeling, and I know most of you have not been in that position, right? There's probably a handful or some maybe even the people who are watching this video, maybe none of you are in this position, but just hypothetically, that's the main point, is if you sold up here and you saw the price here and you hadn't gotten back in, would you think, oh, I'm glad I didn't get back into this piece of trash, I'm going to run for the hills, or I'm going to take my money elsewhere? Or would you be like, this was a fun ride last time, I might dabble back in, this seems like a fair price to me, this seems like a good area to get in? If your answer is, I would buy here, right? I nailed the top, I would definitely buy some more here, I would DCA back in, then why would you sell here? Just because you didn't sell the top. And that's kind of why, is we are emotional beings, right? You're the most emotional when we're at the highs, when we're at the lows, you're the most emotional there, right? It's exciting, don't get me wrong, when things are getting started, but you're the most euphoric up here and you're the most depressed over here, especially after moving sideways. That's why I would say literally this is a worse time to sell than this over here, right? Because you've not only had to like lose money, but you've lost time for other investment opportunities as well, or other trading opportunities as well. Oh man, I'm getting off topic here, but there was pertaining to Ethan's video as to like saying like, why would you want to sell, right? Like I very much agree with that, and I get it. And as he said in his video, we have bills to pay, unforeseen medical bills, unforeseen life expenses can happen. Maybe you're overextended on the amount that you invested in there, and you thought that you were going to turn a quick profit, and now you need that money, and it didn't work out. I get that. I've done that myself. I understand. It's not the best feeling, but sometimes you do have to take money out of the markets even when you're at a loss. On a bright side, as long as you're not taking everything out, you at least get to claim losses, and then you can write those losses off on your tax deductions, right? On any income tax or capital gains tax you have to pay for the next year. But it's never fun. And really, why would you sell here? Because we are getting to the point, even if we go down, guys, like here's the matter. I don't think we're going to do this, right? But even if we did do this, it would be short-lived and it would be short reclaimed. It would take no time to reclaim. And then really, if you just close your eyes for the next 2 months, 3 months, we are going to be beyond this high itself, right? It feels so bad right now, but play that mental game with yourself. Play that situational mental game. If I sold here, would I want to buy here? For me, absolutely I would. I'd feel like a genius. It seems so obvious. But if I bought up here, if I bought this high, especially, if I bought over here, whatever, and it just hasn't done what I thought it was going to do, it didn't do this immediately, I can understand where those emotions come from. But emotional moves, right? People that bought up here are making the same emotional move as people who would sell down here are, right? You're making an emotional move, and emotional moves get you wrecked. They don't do well, right? If it was a bad idea up here, why is it a good idea down here? You know what I mean? It might be a different kind of emotion, euphoria, FOMO versus scared bear, right? You're shitting yourself. I get that, man, but you get the more of these instances that you resist the temptation of selling, you ignore your emotions. It's okay to feel them. You're gonna feel them. Embrace them. Notice them. It'll help you, right? It literally will help you. It won't help you if you act on them, but it'll help you if you notice them. Don't ignore them. Like notice them. Notice how you feel. The more that you put yourself through these tests, and even if it goes lower and it hurts that stomach even more, you feel like you got punched in the gut, even if it goes lower and we're back in this range somehow, the more of these that you withstand, the easier it will be the next time and the next time and the next time. Just like the people over here that are probably shitting themselves at every low that we had, it might not feel like it's good over here being at these lows, but it's probably easier, right? Unless you bought more up here, right? Unless you bought more at the highs, and you've bought in more sense, like, or you've got things you have to take care of financially. I can understand that, but having financial pressure is never fun, man. But this is the main point of what Ethan's video was, man. This is what it takes. This is what it takes to be involved in crypto. And I forget if I drew this line already, but I might not have said anything about it. But really, like, if you look at this line, what you did was you broke out and you're back testing this. You're literally back testing it to a T. And no, it's not touching this perfectly, but I think that was kind of a fake out day. I drew it from this high to this high here because I felt like that was the line of best fit. I mean, maybe this would be the line of best fit. I don't know, something like that. And in which case, you're still back testing it, however you want to draw it. If it was up here at that line, where it literally only has 2 touch points, right? It doesn't touch there, doesn't touch here. You've broken through it, but I don't think that that's a fair assessment. I would say something like this maybe could be the case as well, and in which case you could have lower. But I think this is a pretty fair look all in all. I don't know, something like that, yeah. You're back testing it. It's a really positive thing that you're doing right now. And maybe this is wrong. Maybe it's not exactly to a T right here, but I do think you broke out, you're back testing it, and this is normally a positive thing that results in a pump afterwards. It doesn't mean it has to happen right now. It doesn't mean it has to happen tomorrow. You absolutely could drop more, and if that does happen, it's not going to feel good. It's not going to feel good, but I'll tell you what, it's a lot more common to break out of a trend and back test the resistance line and then move up than it is to break out of a trend and then break into it. It's common enough. It happens. But it's more common to do this and move up than it is to do this and break back into it. With that being said, again, it could break back into it. It's completely possible. You could move down. Your next low projected would be from a low point here to a high point here, would be down to $7 to $5.96. That would be your projected low. You're at $8.40 right now. Absolutely, you could go down there. I don't think you will, but you could. It's possible. Time will tell. Your daily RSI does not look the best. The 3-hour RSI is oversold. Your weekly RSI is pointed to the downside. Things don't look the best that they do right now, to be completely fair. But as you zoom out, you can see, actually, I'm actually kind of wondering right here. I mean, you're pretty close, man. Maybe you move lower and it's actually not that bad. I don't know. Maybe you could move like a whole dollar lower and it's still not that bad. But time will tell. Time will tell. And at any rate, even if it does move lower, this like short frame of thinking is not going to get you anywhere, right? If you think about where you're going to be in this time frame over here, right, in like the end of the year, the beginning of next year, and understand that you likely will see prices above these highs, right? It kind of melts away all the fear, all the wonder, even if it does drop lower, right? Look at it for what it is. It's an opportunity to buy more. And I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Like Bill said, right? I am not the authority on this matter. Everybody do what you want, right? Ethan's not the authority either. We're all big boys. We're all big girls. We're in charge of our own financial destinies. But if you are the type of person who FOMOs in at the top and shits their pants at the bottom, you will never climb that mountain, right? And it's okay. It's okay to have those emotions. You can have those emotions and still climb the mountain, right? Every person who has courage, they have fear. They have to face that fear. They don't act on that fear. They act in defiance of it. And that's where courage is created. That's where victorious endeavors come to play, right? And this is a test of that right now, right? And I understand that a lot of people are not feeling too hot about Grayscale right now. I get it, man. It's not this, right? This is not when people were shitting their pants. It wasn't this. No. It happens to be this phase when we're just moving sideways. It happens to be that. That's always how it is. It's not when you're moving down. Nobody likes to move down, of course, but it's always when you're moving sideways. This is that capitulative moment. The crypto fear and greed index is showing fear right now, right? We're back to fear. And Bitcoin itself, on a daily basis, has only made a higher low. You know what I mean? And the ribbon's postured to the upside. The weekly ribbon is postured very bullishly. The monthly ribbon, of course, very bullish as well. BCH, if we go to BCH, actually probably on the ribbon as well. The monthly is crossed to the downside, but it's always been crossed to the downside, to be completely fair. Looks like it's going to get a positive cross, though, if we can close this month green. Weekly ribbon looks phenomenal. The daily ribbon doesn't look as good, to be completely fair, but that's okay. The daily, day to day, maybe it goes down, but week to week, month to month, it's in a good posturing right now. And anyways, man, I'm really just talking right now. I'm just talking a whole lot, so I'm going to stop doing that. We're going to get more into the analysis. I actually already said where I think BCH could go. I'm not expecting that. I do think that what you've done is broken out of this downtrend. You're back testing that line right now, and you're getting ready to rip, probably. That's my assumption. That doesn't mean that you have to move up on Monday, but maybe you do. Time will tell. LTCN is the next one that we're going to go over. And here you are, still firmly in your downtrend, LTCN. Absolutely. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. You broke out and then you broke back into it, right? I think that's fair to say. Broke out, broke back in. I don't know if that's the right line. You know what? Maybe we've got a channel here. Let's look at this. Let us look at this. I'm going to draw it from here. We're going to see. Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's pretty well respected. Look at that. Right? Resistance at the green line, support at the green line, resistance at the midline, support at the midline, right? Support at the green line, maybe. Hey. Resistance at the green line, support, support, support at the midline too. A little bit of disrespect here and there, but this is a pretty nice channel actually. So you broke out of what would have, to like a first look might have been the trend, and then you broke back into it. But maybe you didn't after all. Maybe you're in some kind of channel. I wonder, I don't normally use pitchforks. Would the pitchfork be here? But maybe. I don't know what that is, man. I must have had some wicked settings set up. Or is this how it is normally? That actually does look normal. I don't know. Maybe I did shift that around. I don't know. Those are some ugly colors. I bet I did that like early on, early trading days. I messed up the parameters. I need to figure out what the default is. What's this line here? Is that the 1.5? That is the 1.5. Maybe the 0.75. Yeah, they're just all out of whack. So yeah, that's not going to help. Maybe let's use a regular pitchfork. Pitchforks, you guys. Fun fact, actually, those were my first tools that I ever used when doing technical analysis. Yeah, you want to use a shift pitchfork. It's a little bit more accurate, or it projects out better. I don't know. I'd have to adjust that. It's not going to be of help now. But LTCN, I'm not worried about it. All that to say, yes, you are below $15 right now. If we get the fib on here from a relative low to a relative high, 1272, 1414 area, that is the expected area to hit. Absolutely, you could move lower down to $13, but this is a perfect area right off the 1414 to bounce. LTC itself hasn't even really moved down that much. I suppose it actually has as of yesterday. Moved down like $5, 6.5%. That's probably why you saw LTCN drop off so much, right? It really didn't. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? It dropped off. LTCN's like neutral yesterday, but LTC actually dumped. But when LTC wasn't really moving that much down, LTCN was dropping. It's kind of funny. Anyways, perfect area to find support. Hopefully you do. Hopefully you continue up from here. I'm not worried about it if it moves down. All those things that I was saying with the BCHG chart pulled up, those, that wasn't just to the BCHG chart. That does pertain to this chart as well. It's just a test, guys. It's a test. And I understand any person that wants to get out of the market. It's your choice. It's your money. You make that call. We're at the 382, very common area to find support. We're at these previous areas of support back here. Possible area to find support, previous areas of resistance, same thing. We're at the 1414 of this low to high extension. There's a lot of areas of support right now. Everything else looks good except for the weekly RSI, which looks like absolute dog shit, to be completely fair. The daily RSI has bullish divergence on it. Maybe it does. Maybe I don't know. Actually, that might not be bullish divergence. Kind of yes, but no. I'm going to say no. But still pretty oversold, right? The most oversold you've been. It's the second most oversold you've been, right? The last time you were over here, you actually found support. You found support in this exact area before even, right? Like right there. Support. Could you find it here? You even found it here after you went lower, right? Literally, you do like this area. So there's the daily, everything except for the weekly RSI looks bad right now. But sorry, the weekly RSI is the only thing out of the handful of things that I just said that looks bad. Everything else looks good. Or would make sense for a bottom, for a low at this exact area. And with that being said, even if it goes lower, it goes lower. That can happen, right? It absolutely can happen. From a low point to a high point here, you're at your 61869 area, man. Beautiful place. Beautiful place to find support. Did you do that last time? I don't think so. 0.5 area, yeah. I don't know. But I hope everybody who's listening to this, I hope you took something away from it. I hope it's not just like sandpaper to your ears. I hope nobody takes it personally or gets insulted by what I'm saying, right? I get it, man. It's hard. Especially for the people who are in crypto their first cycle. This is your first time. I get it. I remember my first cycle. It was not easy. and I sucked, dude. I sold every low and I FOMO'd every high that I freaking could, man. I didn't have anybody to tell me stop. just stop it. But I'm here. I'm here to tell you stop it. Just stop it. Stop it, right? If you bought up here, I'm going to guess you were probably feeling relatively emotional, right? I'm going to guess you were. Why do you think making a sell on the same emotional basis would be any different of a result, right? These were clearly bad decisions, right? Why would this one be a good decision, right? You think you're going to go 3 for 3, or you're going to complete the cycle, you're going to buy high and sell low? Don't do it. It's okay to buy high. It's okay as long as you don't sell low, because especially in something that's going up over time, right? But just, I don't know. Again, I hope nobody takes offense by this video. I hope you guys see it for what it is, right? It's not a prophecy. None of it's a prophecy. I am not the authority, as Bill puts it, and as Ethan puts it. This is what it takes. This is what it takes. You are in the wild west of the 21st century. It's not easy, but if we hang around, man, I don't know what we find a gold mine. What do they do in the Wild West? They rob a train. We're going to rob a train full of diamonds. I don't know. All right. Anyways, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Even if we go lower, even if it feels worse, do what you want. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. You could sell here. Prices could drop 20%, and you'd feel so smart about it. But even if it does that, I would assume that not only does it come back to these prices, but it exceeds these high prices here over the months to come. It's a test. Patience. And sometimes the best thing to do is to just not look at it, man. Just go to sleep. Wait for things to get exciting again, and just be patient. I'm droning on at this point, so I'm going to end the video. Take care. Bye-bye.